A while ago, one of you asked, what's the easiest way to cook fish? Well, that must be shallow poaching. Why? I only need one pot, it needs very little effort, and best of all, I end up with an amazing sauce. Plus, I could easily upgrade it to something like that. I mean, imagine that for your next fish dish on your next dinner party. Okay, so what exactly is shallow poaching? I'll show you.
I just got some wine, added some sliced onions with shallots, some herb stalks. Today I used dill. I covered it and I brought it to a boil, and after a few minutes I removed the lid and placed the plate on it, as well as the lid. Strange? Well, you see in a minute why. Next, I added the fish and I heated it for 30 seconds and I turned off the heat and I waited for another 3 to 5 minutes. Now, you could use actually any fish for that dish. I mean, I love it with cod, halibut or monkfish, even salmon. But salmon, especially when it's wild, I think would work much better with my upgraded version. Anyway, let's finish that one first. So, would I have used the thin fish fillet or salmon? It's probably ready by now. A thicker fish fillet or a meatier fish, I will now need to turn over and cover it and heat the liquids once again for approximately 30 seconds, and then I turn the heat off, and like before, I wait for 3 to 4 to 5 minutes. Okay, but then how do you exactly know if it's done? Well, you find it out by pressing on it, and if you feel that the meat sheets inside the fish start to slip or give in a little, that tells you that the fish's collagen has melted, and that's the sign that the fish is cooked. Now, the temperatures, they depend on the fish's variety. They can range from anywhere between 40 to 55 degrees Celsius or even lower. Now, would I press on it and it would be still bouncy like that? It's basically raw, and I would need to cook it longer, like in my case. And all I did was just to repeat what I did before, heating and then resting. Now look at that. That's perfect. That's also the moment when the heated plate came into the picture, because it needed to keep my fish warm. The heated lid also makes a second appearance on the top of the fish. No cold fish while I get my sauce ready. Now, that's liquid gold, the base for the easiest sauce you ever make. Onto the heat, and when it boiled, I added a little cream. I strained it. I boiled it again, salt and pepper, but the sauce was very thin, so I needed to thicken it with Burmese. But I don't want to waste the best juices, the ones that assembled around the resting fish. In the wind of Burmese. Well, it's basically a simple rule. It's 1 part of soft butter and 1 part of flour. Easy. Leftovers, store in the fridge. I added a little. I stirred it till it dissolved completely. But to know if I had enough, I needed to bring the liquid to a full boil so that the starch gets fully activated. Now mine was still a little thin, so I added a bit more of the Burmese, and like before, I dissolved it and boiled it again till it was thick enough to nicely coat my fish. I keep it French today. Seeded mustard, chopped dill. I mean, how easy was that? Yum. And it does go really nice with mashed potatoes and spinach. What do you think of that color? You see, I never throw the green parts of my leek out. I chop it, I steam it, I puree it, and I use it as a sauce or add it to my vegetable puree like mashed peas or potato mash. And then I serve it with my fish. But sometimes, I tell you, your blender might struggle to break down all the fibrous bits, and in that case, you just pass it through a strainer. Then you add it to my mash. Now look at that mash. I do have a video on that, and I will place it for you in a link below. Now, what do you think? Okay, now for that salmon here, I actually kept all the ingredients the same as with this one. Yes, I did add a few, but it's still very simple. Like the spinach, I did not serve it on the side. Instead, I wrapped it around the fish and I glued it together with one of the most delicate seafood stays, and then I poached it. Poaching. What exactly is that anyway? I mean, Auguste Escoffier said poaching is cooking without cooking. What does that mean? Well, it means you basically cook something on a very low heat where you end up with unbelievable juicy plump foods, because low cooking temperatures don't seize up the protein chains and the moisture stays inside the meat. It doesn't get squeezed out where the meats then end up dry and boring. But you hardly ever hear chefs talking about poaching these days unless it's eggs, because poaching went through an evolution. It's now called sous vide. Anyway, what I show you today is shallow poaching. You cook something in very little liquid. Then you have deep poaching, which you cook eggs in, or often the chicken. And then you have fat poaching. I mean, I'm sure you all know what's a comfy. So I love shallow poaching the most because it's fun, it's easy. I don't need a toxic plastic bag. And you remember the sauce? I think poaching like that is very romantic and relaxing. Okay, now, poached salmon. That's actually a dish from my restaurant years ago, where I became the youngest chef in the world with 18 out of 19 points at Gourmet. The sauce, I did make that a little bit better by making a fish velouté. I got a pan, in went some butter, onions or shallots. I sweated them for a few minutes and I added some white wine. Noix bras, if you have, fish stock or chicken stock, and then I cooked it down to a syrup. I added the cream and strained it and reduced it again. Now, when it had the right consistency, I blended in some butter and I seasoned it with lemon juice and salt. Now, from here on, you can add many flavoring options. For my dish, I added some salmon caviar and dill, but I did that just before serving. I mean, it couldn't be any easier. The salmon, well, I cut it and butterflied it till it was all even. It doesn't matter if I stick it together. And the spinach, well, I blanched it and refreshed it. So, here comes my twist. I don't want my poached salmon to be all grey and dry on the outside. I want to protect it and let the heat go in very slowly, very similar like you have with a salmon confit, because salmon is a very delicate fish and so are scallops. I think those two are the perfect match, but how do I put them together without turning the whole dish into something else? I thought of scallop mousse, which is very easy because you get the blender, you put some scallops in, egg whites. I blended that. I seasoned it with salt and cayenne pepper, and finally at the end, a bit of cream. I whisked it together and through a sieve. Done. And all I had to do now is to assemble it. So I started with laying the spinach out on a clean cloth and I dried it. Next I coated the fish fillets with some scallops mousse and placed them onto the spinach. I topped it with more scallop mousse and folded the spinach over. Now, doesn't that look amazing? And it was so easy to do. The cooking, well, it's literally as before, some boiling hot stock, but no wine this time because the acid could discolor the spinach. Lid on it and 30 seconds heating, and that's it. 5 to 7 minutes resting. Plenty of time to reheat my sauce and my leek mash. And here it is. What do you think? So, now you know the secret of turning a simple dish into something that's worth 2 or 3 Michelin stars, because I simply added a few bells and whistles. So let's find out if today's food critic will pick up on my few twists, or if she thinks that those two dishes are a whole different thing.
All right,
Let's start.
Today we have poached fish. How you sort of traditional way. I've done a bit of an upgraded version, so you need to find out which one is the better one.
Great. So one's better than the other.
I don't know.
Like to think so.
I assume so today.
Is that what you told everybody beforehand? A different
Yes.
approach to the other. All right, well, let's go.
I mean, the main
Let's not
thing
keep
is
everybody waiting. So there's obviously a different sauce on either of them. So am I testing the sauce with the fish?
Everything, yeah. So that's a white fish. Could be salmon too.
Oh, okay, it's not salmon.
No, because salmon is
All
not
right,
good
it's
for
completely different
poaching.
altogether. And we've got the green pureed vegetables on the bottom
Yes.
of both. And
Yes.
a little parsley here as well.
Spinach.
Oh, that's
that,
just
that
spinach.
dish, you have all the same ingredients.
Ah, okay. Yep.
The sauce is a bit different.
All right. So what type of white fish is this?
So this could be cod, could be a halibut, could be in Australia,
versatile.
a rockling, a blue eye, monkfish,
And this particular one is
rockling.
broccoli. Okay. Lovely.
Yeah.
I like the little peppercorns, the mustard corns
Yes.
within the sauce. because the fish is quite delicate,
Yeah.
and white fish is usually quite subtle in its flavour, and the peppercorns just give it a bit of a kick without taking the
Mustard seeds, not peppercorns.
focus. Sorry, mustard seeds. Without taking the focus away from the flavour of the fish. Very well put together.
Very well said. Yeah.
Thank you. Yep, that's a thumbs up.
Nice, isn't it?
I'm very impressed with the mustard corn combination with the fish there.
Yeah.
Very good.
So
Okay,
that's
now,
poached salmon, which I know you love.
yes.
But salmon in itself is not that great for poaching, so I sort of give it
Okay.
a few twists and a few twinks. And
So you're hoping to crack the poached salmon challenge. A little bit of herb. And the texture of that is just so, it just falls away in your mouth.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. I'm sort of still on that. And the flavouring is, yeah, really good.
yeah,
Let me try that again. Put that one on there. You're right, you do need a spoon. It's just beautiful.
yeah,
Very delicate.
yeah.
I like both. If I had to choose one though, I love the mustard seed.
Yeah, we could put the mustard seeds in there too.
Yeah, I love how you've combined the mustard seed as a delicate flavour with the fish there. Because sometimes I eat quite a lot of fish, and when I cook it, it's just basically a bit of garlic. And that's it. So to spruce it up a bit, that'd be a nice change once in a while.
Yes,
But you probably wouldn't have that every night because you get bored of it.
yes.
And then this is a lovely change as well. They're both equally lovely. I couldn't.
lovely.
Yes, it's difficult to say because I love salmon and I love whitefish. So
So which one do you find more elegant?
more elegant. Oh golly, this one's definitely more. Everything just melts in your mouth. This one's got a bit of a kick because of the mustard seeds. So if we're talking about how you judge fish, when it comes to something just melting in your mouth, it'd be that one. When it comes to something having a bit of a kick with a delicate flavour, it'd be that one. But they're both very good. Which was the upgrade?
Now we know a little bit more as before. Thank you for that.
It's hard to say.
Yeah.
It's really hard to say.
Okay.
I think that one might have a bit of an edge
Yeah.
on that one. Yeah, because maybe you're more likely to see that in restaurants and not so likely to see that one. So that might be a little bit more Michelin star level.
Oh, good.
Did I get that right?
We're getting there. Okay, so check out my video on mashed potatoes where you learn everything about that. There's a few other salmon dishes on our channel, so
Yeah, there's mine as well, the smoked salmon on bread.
yes, which I paid you at.
Well, you watch it and you let us know.
Okay, thanks so much for watching.
Yep. We'll see you next time. Ciao, ciao. You know when you just taste something, you just go, oh, wow. That had that effect. This one was still, it didn't have the same effect, but it's still a very good dish.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's interesting when you have a very good dish and you can still go even better. And that's what was confusing me because it's like, that's good. That's good, but is it actually brilliant? And I think there is a brilliance to it.
Yeah. You said that in the video.
They're still recording.
Oh yeah, of course.
I'm a food critic. Can't I be your wife and the food critic? You always say I'm your wife.
Yeah, I say the wife and the food critic,
Okay.
and not just food that gets criticized.